when it comes to length and the guaranteed money, what will this contract end up being worth for Patrick Mahomes?
Kevin just hung up the phone and got the actual contract. It is a 10-year deal, a 10-year extension worth $450 million in the extension. The injury guarantee is $140 million. And so the 10 years and $450 combined with the 2 years he had remaining on the deal at $27.6 million bring the total value of the contract to about $476 million. 0.6 if we're going to add that on at that point in time. And the bottom line to this whole contract is, Kevin, it now becomes not just the richest contract in NFL history, but the richest contract in sports history, beating the deal that the Angels gave Mike Trout for, again, a 10-year extension worth $450 million, an average of $45 million per year. Huge numbers. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes under contract through the age 37. He's got the security he wants. They have the player, the best player in football, under contract for the next 12 years, and both sides can go forward with a relationship that has worked out very well.
My goodness, the numbers are staggering and as expected here for Mahomes. One thing you brought up is Mike Trout. That's a baseball contract. We all know it's all guaranteed. Do you have any other details about the guaranteed money here when you're talking about the range of $450 to $475 million on how much it's worth over that 12-year span?
The language is still going over right now, Kevin, but I'm told that it's a $140 million injury guarantee. So Patrick Mahomes has the protection he needs. He's got the upside he wants. He's got the contract he sought. They've been going back and forth on this deal for the last few months and finally have an agreement in place to where Mahomes will sign that. But you're asking for the guarantee, $140 million in injury guarantee. The new money is worth $45 million per year on average. That's the 10-year extension worth $450 million. He had 2 years left, and so he's under contract to the Kansas City Chiefs through the 2031 season, Kevin.
Okay, so the ripple effects, there are many layers. As for structure of this deal, what does this do for the Chiefs and their salary cap right now and over the course of the next 10 to 12 years?
Well, listen, I think that they have a set number in mind, and they've always known that they could work with Patrick Mahomes' contract. They were looking for a little bit of relief this year to see if they could go sign a guy like Chris Jones, to see what they could do with that contract. And look, when you've got a player under a contract this long, this deal will be reworked over and over. Whenever the Chiefs need space, Patrick Mahomes will be the first player that they go to. But I want to emphasize again here, this is the richest contract in sports history. I think we need to go back to that because we've seen some huge deals given out in baseball and we've seen huge deals given out in basketball, but we've never seen a deal of this magnitude given out. And the timing of it is interesting in that it comes during a pandemic before the NFL has negotiated its media rights deals, which are expected to skyrocket once it gets new money in. And so I think the Chiefs feel like they're getting a player whose numbers are only going to go up over time. And Patrick Mahomes is locking in money that who needs more than $477 million during the course of their lives? His children's children are taken care of at this point in time. And so there's a lot of money at stake here. And again, I don't think that the Chiefs cap is the story right now, Kevin. The story is the richest contract in sports history.
Understood, but there are also these layers that come off of this, right? With that bar being set with this man, the ripple effect with other quarterbacks, including Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson. How will those guys kind of actually benefit after a deal like this?
And that is an interesting question because now we've seen the average price for a quarterback, and albeit the best quarterback in the league, go to $45 million a year. Dak Prescott's on that 31.4. There's been a dispute over the money. He could obviously argue he's worth more money. But the Dallas Cowboys, who wanted him to sign a 5-year deal, could say, look at the quarterback in Kansas City. He just took a 10-year deal. You won 4 years. We won 5 years. What's the big deal with 5? That's half the length of time that Patrick Mahomes is getting in Kansas City with the Chiefs, right? And so there is the disagreement. I think Dak Prescott becomes empowered on the money. Dallas becomes empowered on the length of the contract. You tell me how that's going to work out. And Deshaun Watson, same draft class as Patrick Mahomes, has done everything he has except win a Super Bowl. So he's going to make the argument, well, if Patrick Mahomes is worth $45 million, then certainly I can make my case for $45 million. And even if you don't think he's as good as Patrick Mahomes, is he $1 million a year less? $2 million a year less? He's right in that neighborhood. And so the price has just gone up on Deshaun Watson. It's gone up on Dak Prescott, you would think. It's gone up on all the quarterbacks. And again, this is a landmark deal that will have ripple effects across the rest of the National Football League.
Adam Schefter with the breaking news on Patrick Mahomes' new contract, the richest one in North American pro sports history. Schefter, thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.